Hey guys, sorry you caught me watching a video here. I was just watching John Rambo, and he's got a giveaway going on if you haven't subscribed to his channel there. So let's do a video response to his giveaway here. He's 1,000 subscribers. At this moment he's roughly 160 away. So for the video, for his giveaway, he asked, first of all, what's your first short-term possible scenario that might affect you where you live? For me, that would probably be, let's see, tornado, probably the closest thing. Although my area doesn't have very many of them, that is a clear and present threat during the summer months, spring months, sometimes in the fall. Our weather patterns here in Southern Ohio can be nice, or they can be interesting, shall we say. So what would you have for a tornado bag? First off, you're going to want some water, or at least a way to pour water. You're going to need, if you have to evacuate to a shelter of sorts, then you're not going to be able to take a whole lot. You're not going to be able to take a knife, an axe, or hatchet, saw, none of that stuff. So what are you going to take? You're going to take a way to carry water, maybe some freeze-dried food, so you and your family can go off outside and sit by yourselves and eat in peace, if that's an option. Just, you don't want to broadcast what you brought. Otherwise, some unsavory people may try to take what you have. But that's my closest, shall we say, short term. For long term, I left my tin hat upstairs, but let's just pretend I'm throwing the old tin hat on real quick. With today's current political, socioeconomical, and economical, shall we say, discourse in this country, a lot of people are pushing this way or that way, and fringe groups on each side. There's no, it's not just one side, it's not just the other, it's both. And that leaves people like me who are in the middle. I'm an independent. I use my brain to think. I don't listen to social media or any talking heads on mainstream media. I use my own brain. At least I think that's what they call it nowadays. I could be wrong. It might not be politically correct to call it a brain anymore. But anyway, the biggest worry I would have at this current time would be complete civil breakdown, civil unrest, due to any number of factors. In that situation, if you have to leave the area you're at, you're going to want a way to make shelter. So you're either going to need a tent or a tarp. If it's in the winter time, you're going to need a way to not only carry the bag you're carrying, you're going to need something like a polk or a wagon of some sort. Where I live here in Southern Ohio, we do get snow. So a polk would be the best thing to use. Snowshoes. You're going to need sleeping arrangements, sleeping bags. You'll probably want some sort of reflective material underneath you. That way you can reflect it up off. You're going to have to be up off the ground, so you're going to need an axe and a saw to build yourself a wooden bed frame. Cover it with pine boughs. You're going to want at least 6 to 8 inches off the ground if you're building a lean-to type shelter. These are the things you have to think about if you're going to prepare. Now, do I want civil unrest? No. Because then a lot of people are going to get hurt, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. My past will tell you and I've done it in the past, which is why he knows, is I'll give until it hurts. And then I'll give the last little bit I have to help somebody else out. I've done it in the past, put myself in a financial bind doing so. But, I was raised that you give and not ask to receive. You don't ask for repayment. It's just the way I was raised. And for some people that's foreign, especially in this modern world where everybody wants everything right now. You can't live without it You know, got people driving down the highway at 120 mile an hour in a 35 mile an hour speed zone, crossing through school zones at 90, and they don't care about anybody but themselves. And that's just not the kind of world I want. You know, I want, oh boy, I'm going to sound like the 60s and 70s children, peace. But seeing as how peace isn't available at this time, should things break down, you have to be able to think outside the box. In order to think outside the box, you got to prepare yourself. Well, like I mentioned in my last video, you live in a tornado-prone area, you prepare for tornadoes. It's just common. You know, you live in Florida, you prepare for hurricanes. You know, sadly this year, in the last couple of years, Californians have had to prepare for wildfires. So you have to prepare yourself in that eventuality. You don't just sit there and be complacent and think, oh, FEMA's going to help me, because you know what? Everybody at FEMA in the upper management levels will tell you. Brock Long's even said it recently. Don't count on FEMA to be there immediately. You have to prepare. Give yourself at least 72 hours worth of food and water. And, you know, be ready to go at a moment's notice. You never know when you're going to need it. If you're going down the highway in your car in the middle of winter, like I used to say, you know, theorize in some of my older videos on my other channel, if you're in the middle of, let's say, you live in Nebraska, you're going to Minnesota to visit family, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're on one of those nice long wide stretches where there's no exits, there's no traffic, because it's 2 in the morning, the only thing you see is an occasional semi breaking the speed limit, which they usually do, and I'm guilty of it, I used to do it too. But if it's in the wintertime and you slide off that ditch and you go down a ravine, you can't see the road very well, they're not going to see you very well. What are you going to do? You're going to just sit there in your car sitting at an angle with the motor running? Well, depending on the angle, within a few minutes that motor's going to seize up because it's not getting enough oil. And your car's going to shut off anyway. And you just blew the motor. So now your chances of heat have gotten really slim. You could stay in the car, but if you don't have blankets, emergency bags, food and water stored inside the vehicle, you could be there for several hours to a day or two if you can't figure out some way to let somebody know you're down there. Having a couple wooden stakes in the trunk with some marking flag tape. The orange, really good in the winter. Sticks out like a sore thumb. Or mix it up and get some neon yellow too, because that'll really show up in headlights. So think about things. Now for John's 1,000 sub giveaway, he's actually doing a bag. And that's kind of what this VR is for. I rambled a little bit. But it's the point to prove that you have to prepare. And his 1,000 sub giveaway, which I'm going to link to his video and his channel below, he's giving away a chance to prepare a little bit. So you really have to push yourself out there. And if you want to look at it as putting on a tin hat, then go grab yourself some aluminum foil, put it on your head, wrap it around a few times, and think. I don't recommend it because then you got to throw it away. You just wasted 2 feet of aluminum foil. So that's just my thoughts on it. I'm nobody special. I'm not the best in the world for this stuff. I'm still learning. I think I am. That's what they used to call it anyway. I don't know what to call it anymore. But here's to y'all. Think. Be prepared. And if you're not prepared, ask me. There's people. Go check out the PrepRex channel. There's great people in that group. And he's not the only one. There are other good groups out there that don't try to fill your head full of malarkey, but keep it real. But in order to keep it real, you have to think outside the box. This common knowledge nowadays is, you know, thinking outside the box is wrong. Heaven forbid. You know, nowadays you have to have a bachelor's degree just look at the tax documents that you may have to go through and file. When I was a kid, taxes were a whole lot simpler. Prepping is simple. You think about what's the worst possible thing that could happen to you where you live. Like I said, if you're in Florida, that's a hurricane. If you're in Texas, Oklahoma, Tornado Alley, it's the aforesaid tornadoes. If you live in Michigan, snowbound. I've seen places in Michigan get 2 feet of snow overnight, and you're literally stuck where you're at. Do you have food in the house? Do you have water? Do you live in a mobile home where your pipes can freeze up? What are you going to do then? So just think about where you're at. Don't just take other people's word for it. Don't take my word for it. I'm here to answer questions if you have them. I don't do Facebook that much anymore. I'm not on Twitter that much anymore. In fact, tonight's the first time I looked at Twitter in 2 months. So, but by all means, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask me down below. I'm not the smartest. If I don't have the answer, and I can't find an answer, I'll point you to somebody who I think does. And there's a few people that I associate with through PrepperX. That's Backwoods Law, Survival Comms. Survival Comms is a pretty good guy. He knows his communication stuff. He makes me look like a 2-year-old child in a sandbox when it comes to electronics and communications, and I'm no slouch. This guy makes me look like a kid. So, you have a communications question, I'm going to point you to him, because he's way smarter. So, I'm going to end that here. Like I said, this was a video response and rant to John's channel, his 1,000 sub giveaway. If you're not a subscriber to it, go check him out. And even if you don't want to enter the giveaway, at least show some support. That's how we all grow and learn more things, supporting each other. So this has gone on 8 minutes or so, maybe more. 12 minutes? Wow. So, alright, 12-minute video for response. So, thanks y'all. Catch you later. I'm going to go back to watching this video. Catch me later. Peace.